Hey guys, I'm going to be reading a bunch of photos that I took yesterday. So, and telling you all like the behind the scenes. Starting with my YouTube profile picture, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. And because I'm hoping to hit 100 subscribers before the end of the year, well before January. And so, my YouTube profile picture. Fun fact, I was going to do a straddle. Oh, and the concept was going to be like, oh, I'm doing a straddle, putting on lipstick. But then, and I wasn't warmed up, so, yeah, I wasn't warmed up, and so, I couldn't really do the straddle, because I just got the straddle, like, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I can barely do it when I'm warmed up, let alone when I'm not warmed up. So, instead I switched to nope, we're gonna do a side split. We're gonna do side split, and I'm gonna make it look like, oh, I'm putting on lipstick. And so, like, that photo, I have to admit, turned out really, really good. Really good, and I love it. One of my best photos. Oh no, I agree with Abby on something, I agree with Abby on a lot of things. But one of them is, Abby said she likes photos that like show you like doing something like a dance pose instead of like a basic headshot. So for me anyways, yeah, I agree with her. I like photos when I see like a dancer or something on Instagram, I like seeing like the profile picture or something, them doing like a dance pose or something. And so I thought that would be a really fun idea. And I love putting a theme to the photo because it just makes it something extra. It like makes it something extra. So the photo turned out really good. One of my best photos. For once, my hair looked pretty decent. That is shocking. But, anyways, I love that photo. It's definitely one that I really enjoy. But another one that I kind of am giving you like the behind the scenes and stuff. So another one that I had an idea for was there's a trick that I do. It's kind of like a back bend from my knees, and it's really cool. Oh, it's really cool. Oh, it's one of the first tricks I got, and it's really cool. So, I came up with the concept, and I laid this out behind my feet. Eat my XOD pop it. Love this Pop-It. It's my favorite fidget toy I own. Although I own a pretty good amount and they're all really good. So my idea was to lay it out and make it look like, oh, I'm doing this trick, but I'm playing with a fidget. Like, I'm playing with a fidget toy or in a back bend from my knees. So, literally what happened. And so, when my dad was taking the photo, he took, the photo, and then he kind of got from, a side angle, and we ended up doing two different photos. We did one which is the same thing, but from a side angle, and one from, the back angle or something. And when he did the side angle, I went oh, it kind of doesn't, the pop, it feels like it's not close enough, but it's kind of hard to do that. and also have my hand like touching the like poppet. So I was just gonna do what I can to make it look somewhat cool. And then at first I went like, side angle, and then I was uploading the photos and I went like, actually I like this side angle, I'm gonna post it. And so we got a back angle which looks cool, and then a side angle, 2 different angles. And both of them turned out cool. Then there was the next photo. This one I planned it out, and then I like planned it out, which is great. And then it kind of didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but it kind of turned out cool. Which is, I wanted to do like a standing split, because that's kind of cool. Do a standing split and then have a weight. Now, there's 2 problems with that. First up, doing a standing split and without both hands on the ground, that's kind of challenging. Like if it was, I think it's called a penché. And yeah, a penché. Wait, I'm trying to think of what it's called. I think it's called a penché. I don't know what, I know what it's called, but I cannot think of it right now. I think it's called a penché. And I could be completely wrong. It's not a tilt. I know, I just can't think of it right now. I'm pretty sure it's called a penché, but not me. Oh wait, yeah, it's called a penché. Okay, but anyways, it's easier with like a penché, and because I feel like it's easier because your hands and your hands are closer to your leg. And with the standing split, you're farther away. And so it's a little bit easy. And also, to stay in that position while lifting a 5-pound weight, I can lift higher weights. But like, for now, I have 5-pound weights to work with. So, but even then, that's kind of hard doing it from that position, lifting a weight, and trying to make it look like something decent for a photo. And also, like to really get the weight in the photo so you can like actually see. And the concept that I was going for was I'm working out well in a standing split. Now, looking at the photo, I was not in a standing split. I kind of was, my top leg wasn't high enough, and it was kind of bent, like my bottom leg was kind of, and I was kind of iffy on it, but then I realized it kind of looks cool because it looks perfectly like it's supposed to be that way. So even though it's not correct, it looks like it's supposed to be that way. So that's kind of cool. Like that's kind of cool. But then, yeah, that photo, I feel like some of the photos weren't what I like wanted, but then ended up being really cool. And I kept away from like a basic split, and I kept away from a tilt. I did do some split related things, but it was more than a split. It was like an over split. Then the oversplit almost became my YouTube profile picture, but then I like the other one more. And then like, a split leaning forward. Like, there's so many cool things I can do, and it was really cool to kind of like do them, because I feel like every time I do like dance photos, they're kind of the same thing. Like, they're very much like the same exact thing. thing. So it's like it's like definitely kind of interesting. Yeah, so yeah, it's like I felt like for once I was trying to do something to. Sorry, I'm playing with my fidget toy. Yeah, and so it's like kind of cool. Um, but I'm really like I wanted to talk about some of the photos. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the post notification. There's other photos you can check them out on my Instagram. And like I'm just excited because it's almost summer break for me, and I'm very excited because that means more time to focus on dance because I love an excuse to like focus on dance. And so yeah, like for me it is what it is. But I'm excited to I'm and summer is actually like Abby said, summer is the time to set new goals. Oh, and for me, I kind of don't do that, and the reasoning is because of the fact that I have charts of like all these different goals, and there's a lot of them, and only some of them are marked off. And it's like, but it's still something. Like it's definitely still something, and like I mean it's a lot of fun, and I feel like I dance and like training to be a pop star. It's not easy. I'm never gonna say it's easy, and I'd like to like really say that because even Abby has said this, how there's some how she feels like sometimes people like will like take like her legs and feet class as that are like fans of the show, like sometimes like people who are like fans of the show but don't really dance take her legs and feet class thinking like, oh, it's gonna be easy. Oh, they get a chance to talk to Abby and like meet Abby, and then they take it and then they're like shocked with how hard it is. And I'm like, dance isn't easy. Oh, Sam, I love you. Sorry, Sam rolled over and is really cute, and so he distracted me for a sec. But I love him. And, like, I love my baby Sam. For those who don't know, Sam is my dog, but he's my baby. I love him. He's good boy. And stuff. But yeah, overall, like, I feel like the training to be a pop star is really fun. I mean, like, yes, it's something that, like, I, there are a lot of, like, strict, like very specific rules that have, like, reasoning and stuff. Like, I don't get to go roller skating and, like, I ice skating, that situation. That's more, I don't know if Abby actually, like, thinks that, or I just don't let myself do that sort of stuff. For two reasons, well, for one reason, and then because it's taking a risk of getting injured. And no, because if I get injured bad enough, then that means all of it's over. All of it was for nothing. So I don't roller skate or ice skate. Like there's some stuff I don't really wear super bright colored or nail polish. Also, I don't really wear nail polish. I wear it on my toenails, just not my fingernail. Or nail. For some reason, I just get really uncomfortable wearing it on my fingernails. But like, I feel like it's really like there's a lot of just little things and stuff. Like it's just like a lot of little things, but I feel like it can be worth it. it can generally be really worth it sometimes. And I mean, it's a little thing sometimes, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. And I'm very excited because yesterday I went on Instagram and saw the 2022 Squad Tour merch because they posted a video of it and there's some really cool stuff. There's one item that I'm really excited about, which is a Squad Tour lip gloss. Now I wear lip makeup, just not on my lips. I use that as eyeshadow and stuff. It works. Okay, it works. And I feel like sometimes I'll use a pink lipstick as a blush because it works. You put a little bit on, a very little bit of a pink lipstick on your cheek, where you put on blush. And you put a very little bit on and you really blend it good enough. It works as a blush. And it works perfectly because it kind of just works as a cream blush. I have a cream blush. And I use powdered blush before and cream blush. It's the same for me. There's not one that I prefer. I feel cream blush is harder to take off, but it's the same for me. So I'm gonna say peace out.